Okay, I don't know if it's working. I have a red dot and I think, let me check. One moment. Bear with me. Make sure all this is working. I don't know where my iPad charger is. Isn't that lovely? Does it even show that I'm live? Maybe. Where's that dang charger? Dang. Okay, so it looks like I'm live. Maybe. And let me mute this. Okay. Let me know if, oops, nope, that's not going to help me at all. This one. All right, there's the chat. Okay. So it looks like it's live. The delay is just a few seconds. What was that noise? So it looks like it's live. No. Maybe it's the fan on my computer that's about to be a little tired. It is. It's the fan on my computer. I hope it's not too loud for everyone. Let me know in the comments or in the chat if you see everything clearly. And if it's too loud or if you hear something strange, I'm going to try to monitor or answer questions. I'm missing my other screen. I can't seem to find my iPad charger, so okay. So I guess we'll wait just a few moments to get in, and possibly I don't know where that is. So I'm going to go over our sneaker kit that we have. We get tons of questions on how to do shoes. Actually, shoes is a very difficult question to answer, but how to do sneakers. So we've worked out a kit, and everything comes together. And it's also going to be on your screen down below. And the link is to our website. It's a DIY kit. I'll add another link afterwards. I don't think I can add it right now. But it comes with everything that you need. The instructions, the glue. Welcome everyone. I see a few of you popping in. The kit comes with all the crystals, alcohol wipe, the syringe, and a tip for the glue. So I'm just going to have some fun tonight and go over what these parts and pieces do all together. And hopefully the streaming is okay, because I think it's my first, maybe second time trying to stream on YouTube. And we're going to go with just a normal, this is a no-name little sneaker with a rubber tip and cloth sides. We're only going to work on the rubber tip for today. And of course I need some clear. One moment, of course. Okay, well, that was an easy reach. Boom! And the back. Okay. It seems fuzzy. It seems like my camera is not focusing when it's supposed to be awesome at focusing. So, yeah, this is the sprinkle that we give in the kit. So I'm just going to put a sprinkle of small crystals here that I might need for the fillers. And we did offer this as a class a few months ago, and this won't be the full class, but you get to see how I'm doing it, but there's a lot of tips and tricks that I may forget to share during this little test, this live test. And the resolution on the screen is worrying me. It's quite blurry. Can anyone let me know if it's okay, or if it's just too blurry to see? Maybe I should try a different way. It got a little clearer. Still not as clear as it was earlier. Anyone can hear me or anything, give me a comment in the chat section, and I'll just keep on going. I'll just keep on. Oh, that's right, it's related. Of course, it's 5 o'clock here in California, so people are probably at work and stuff. But so yes, I'm using hot fix crystals. You can still glue the hot fix, so it does not make a difference if you already have lots of hot fix. Then you can definitely glue them. And yeah, it's pretty fuzzy on the screen. So I'm filling a syringe. I like to hold it sideways and squeeze the glue in. You don't need very much glue, so don't get out of control with that. This is the multi-grab from Super Tight. It's great for projects like this. Alright, so I've already done a couple of prep steps that are going to be in the class and the instructions that are pretty important. So you'll want to tune into that. Once you purchase your kit, you'll have access to that information. I don't know that we have the class available any longer because I've switched out a few steps, but I'm not certain. Let me check on one thing. Maybe I can turn off another computer so that it's not pulling any extra Wi-Fi. And I should turn that off as well. Okay. Yeah, that fan is really loud. Hi, Joe. Thanks for the comment. I appreciate that. Can you see everything clearly? Is it blurry? It looks like it's really blurry on my laptop, but across the room on the big screen it looks crystal clear. Funny crystal clear. And I shouldn't have it open on 2 devices because that's going to pull more. So I'm going to I appreciate the patience with getting this set up, and we'll get started here in just a moment. Joe, what kind of, are you doing any crafts or gluing any of the crystals on projects? Let me know if you have any questions, and I can help you out. Let's post this. I'm still here. Still here. Hi, Ken. Thank you. What's up, Joan? Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Almost there. Let me get some more information on here. And this one. Right. Now, all the notifications have been sent out. Hi, Sunshine. The glue that we're using tonight is the Multi-Grab 360, and it is found on our site. It's even in our sneaker kit, and that's what I'm about to work on to show you guys. Here it is. Comes with the glue and all of the supplies that you need inside. Sorry, yes, Ken, sorry, there's a little bit of delay, and my signal is, I'm testing some things out, so hopefully it can clear up, or if it looks clear to you guys. That's what I'm learning. I'm trying to be just like Matt. Yes, Joe, just like on Matt's channel. It's a lot of things to work out. The voice is tiny. Oh, so that must be on my laptop. How about, give me 5 minutes. Let me go check. I can turn something off. Not even 5 minutes. Hang on 1 second, and maybe I can find the other charger. Be right back. Yeah, I did find my iPad charger to help. Okay, I'm back on. I'm back, everyone. I'm so sorry. Thank you for your patience. Yes, the sound. My laptop is making lots of noise. The fan is on. So, and Sunshine. Once it's glued, can you ever wash the shoe in the washer? You know, I have plenty of good luck doing that. I wouldn't suggest it for anyone else. I don't know the details about your washer or the level of gluing that you did, or if you prepped it properly. There's a ton of things that can happen in that process. So I would suggest just use some Clorox wipes. You can scrub these once they're cured. Like, you really can get a good scrub brush to them. I would advise to hand wash. But yes, we're using the Multi-Grab 360, and it comes in the shoe kit. And And I'll have that, but I don't need that because I can see the comments. I just wish that motor wouldn't on my Mac. It's kind of loud. What do I have to lift it? Give me another moment. If I could just, yes. Where are my containers at? Okay, perfect. Oh, and I just found my alcohol wipes. Alright, we're gonna lift this guy up a little so we can get some wind on it. Okay. Maybe it'll turn off. And maybe I can get started. How about that? Wouldn't that be nice if I got started? How about if I used an actual tool? Oh, I'm just all over today. Took me all day to get this going. So I wish I was like Matt. Man, that's a lot of work. Okay. So I will glance up to check on the comments and the questions. And so I filled the syringe a few moments ago. We do have videos on the website on how to fill a syringe, how to use the tool, everything like that. And so I like to hold my syringe in my fist, kind of a more aggressive posture. And we're just going to squirt a little bit onto the shoe. I like to do this back line here first. And again, there's a few prep steps that are in the instructions of the kit that you guys will get when you purchase it. So we have a couple of steps that kind of help make sure that things look a little nicer. And let me turn this off so we don't get any more distractions. Okay. Very good. So I'll add a little here. It does not take very much pressure on the syringe to get this glue to come out. It is quite forgiving, but a little goes a long way. You do not need a ton of glue to get this going. Very light press on the syringe. Then I kind of flick it to get that kind of the little string, I guess if you want to call it, cut on that edge. And then I always keep a nice napkin to wipe that tip. Always keep a very clean syringe tip. And then with this, the tool, Crystal Katana tool, we touch the top of the crystal, bring it to the glue, and then press down with the other side. And I'm going to go pretty quick through this part. Hopefully it's in focus and you can see it well. I'm testing out a new webcam, so hopefully it's not all in waste of time. I don't want to waste anyone's time. And so I'm putting a slight space in between all of these. Just as the foot moves in the shoe, it'll give it some room to not hit each other. That's why a lot of crystals can pop off, if you will, because they're hitting each other, and the force of the glass is going to pop them off. So we usually do them super, super close when it's on something very still, not flexible type items. But on a shoe, I like to give it a little bit of room. And there we go. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Joey. Would that be glue good to adhere crystals to the canvas? You know what? It totally is. Multi-grab is a multi-purpose glue. We do have the fabric tack and the fusion tack for fabrics, but if you already have the shoe kit, this glue is going to last you, I'm going to say 10 to 15, maybe 20 pairs of shoes. This is going to get you a long, long time. Very long use. So certainly you could totally use that on this fabric part, for sure. That was a very good question. Thank you, Joey. And thank you guys for likes. I get 3 likes. I'm so excited. And here we go. So now on the next step, I like to go around. I'm not going to go halfway. I don't want to put too much glue on there and get too far ahead of myself. And this is pretty much it. I think you guys can probably hear my neighbors here at the warehouse. The walls are a bit thin, so that's why I like to only record it in the evenings. It's not as loud, but it could be pretty loud. If the fan on the laptop would stop, then it would be awesome. I wonder if I change my microphone, if that would screw up a lot of stuff. I'm going to try that in a moment. Let me get this glue down. See, I'm so distracted. I want this to be really fun and good for you guys to be able to hear and see. So in one of the classes I was in, it said you'll watch a video that might not be as clear, but you're less likely to listen to something that has bad audio, which is true for me too. So I don't like the bad audio. All right, so I have some ooze out on this last one, which is fine. Once it dries, it goes on clear. It stays clear. Oh, please interrupt me. I'm here all evening, and I want to see how long this live can go. So hit me with your questions. That's why I chose this project. I don't really have to think while I'm doing it because I'm going to do so many of these. I've gotten it down to 10 minutes for a toe. Or was it 15 for the pair? No, it's 15 minutes with the pair. So I can normally go pretty quick, but I'm here to take time and help you guys. So ask away. And let's see. Just a little bit of glue is all you need. I could change the size of my tip, but this will work just fine. And I normally like to do a honeycomb fill. It's a more pleasing fill, but this needs to be a contour fill the way that I'm doing it right now, just because it's irregular shape, it has an irregular curve, and you'll never get, I shouldn't say never, there's ways of getting a honeycomb nice and tight to work, or even a grid fill, but we don't put that many crystals in the kit, so I want to make sure that everyone can do a similar fill pattern with the kit that we send them. So it'll be a fairly loose little pattern here. And so now there's a gap. I'm going to put a smaller one. Oh, I might need some glue. All right, Sunshine, how to protect your glue once it's opened. I keep the lid on it, or do you mean in the syringe? Usually I don't put too much in the syringe that I can't use up within the day. Let me know if that answers your question. But yeah, we just keep the lid on it. And this has been our demo glue for many, many months. In this particular, this one, we have it written on demo. I brought it to tons of shows and all over, tons of classes, many, many months. And it's working quite well still. So I've got some smaller stones that I'm going to stick right into here. And again, loosely, they don't have to be touching. I'd rather them not be touching in this process. And then now I'm going to go around using the contour fill. So I'm not going to go in the gaps to try to hit a honeycomb because it will never match up going around a curve. So a slight lift on the line, and it goes in just fine. Not too close and not too far away. Move that with the other side. You're so welcome, Joey. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And I enjoy sharing our techniques, as there's a lot of times that we're working on projects that we're not allowed to share. So it's difficult to do this. So I'm going to make it a goal to be like Matt at the Rhinestone World and at least try this at least once a week. A project for you guys once a week, sharing lots of techniques. Hi Vicky, good to see you. Thanks for joining. I'm going to check, I don't know what happens if I put the microphone in, but that fan has got to be bugging you guys. Let me try something. Just give me a moment. If it'll let me add a mic. There's the mixer. Let's see. That's the headphone. I guess the headphone is the same as the mic. We're about to find out. Give me just a moment. I'm going to try this. Okay. Well, it still shows the sound moving. Can you guys still hear me? Can you hear me? Did the sound get better? Is the fan far enough away? Oh, let's get that shot. Maybe I can run the wire. Ah! I hope it shows the screen. It shows there's movement with the sound, so sunshine, I have, oh good, you can hear. Okay, good, awesome. You have trouble designing your projects, you don't know how it's going to look like. I do not have templates. You can check out our friends over at the Rhinestone World, and they specialize in helping create lots of template type things, but I do not use templates because most of our things can't. They're curved, or they're irregular shapes or sizes, or the way the glue has to get onto them. We cannot hotfix things like this. But please check out the Rhinestone World, and they completely specialize in all that type of thing. I've learned a ton from them, and still I need to practice so much more. So much more. But that's what everything is. Practice, practice. So I'll do another U shape, and I don't normally do a contour fill, and I definitely don't normally start from the outside to go in, because that can leave you with a very strange ending in the center. It might stand out if you don't keep the same fill pattern, the same distance ratio between your pieces. It can really stand out. So actually, I'm going to move these over. I didn't like how they were going in. Very good. Much better. And then I have a small guy right there. And, hey Corey! Hi Corey, look at me, I'm trying to be like Matt. I'm doing my best. Just a real quick tutorial on our sneaker kit that we have on the website. And it's got lots of instructions on the inside of the kit to let you know how to do all the steps that I've done that I didn't show on camera, which are important in the prep stages. Preparation is key. So now I want to put a smaller one there. Nah, it'll fit. That's fine. There's still some space. Yeah, there's still roomy. Roomy enough? Roomy is a word, right? I think so. You're so welcome, Sunshine. I'm happy to help. And yes, thank you, Joe. Hit that like button. Awesome, we have 6 likes. Yes, Shannon, these sneakers are super easy, and they really do just dress up just a, plain old little pair of sneakers. Everybody has some plain sneakers they may want to be a little special. And again, I'm always wiping off the tip of my syringe every single time that I finish using it. I have a napkin on the side, and I give that a little wipe. That way you're not pulling old glue into your new glue or transferring it onto another stone, stuff like that. I want this one to go here. And then I'll use a small guy. And the kit does come with the small crystals to help you guys out. Comes with just enough to do a full pair of these type of toe kind of sneakers, the rubber toe sneakers. And after we do this, I'm almost done with this. I'm even going to do a more advanced step, if you will. And I hope you guys enjoy that in a moment. Alright, so for this last little bit, I don't want to cram too many stones in. That way your eye will kind of see that center part. I want everything to be the same distance. That way it's not going to stand out too much, showing that there's different sizes and it's not perfect in the match. It does not have to be perfect. You're seeing these from anywhere from, well, if you're an adult, at least 4 to 5 feet away, so you're not right on top of this. So I'm going to just put some space there, and that is it. That's all I'm going to put there. I'm lying. I'm going to put one more right there. It's big enough. Joey, that's not normally how I ever do things, because you can run into some problems with your fill pattern and your spacing. If you've done a nice loose pattern like this, then you've got room to fill things and make them evenly spaced, not too close, not too far away. That way from a distance, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. But if I was to cram all this in and start from outside to go in, you would really end up with a weird spot in the center. So that's not my preference. It is just so happened to be how we show how to do these shoes, because it's pretty standard. Let's see if it will focus if I move closer. I think I have a few seconds delay, so let's give it just a moment. It's really blurry on my screen. I hope it's not on your guys' screen. It's catching up. I'm still waiting for it to come up to the screen. Okay, maybe it is in focus. I don't know. But see how I have it quite roomy, spaced out? That's actually going to get you a longer wear in the end. And that's just our preference as far as the pricing and the budget that we do these for. Using a lot smaller crystals takes more time, and increases your price. So that's why we've narrowed it down to just do the SS20, and it keeps your kit inexpensive on our site. That's what's in the bottom corner of the screen. If I can point, I think it's going to be like over there somewhere. It just shows the kit. You get some other supplies inside, some tips, and the crystals, and all the instructions on how to prep everything. And you get a full tube of the multi-grab, which is multi-surface. So yes, you could do it on the toe, and yes, you could do it on the fabric. And you'd have enough glue in here to do probably 15 to 20 pairs of shoes, depending on the size of the shoe, and also of the size of the amount of rubber. Different name brands have different sized little areas. So you could do quite a few pairs of shoes with this kit. And that's the sneaker kit, and it's on the site for $35. And you know what? See, this is how I have to be like Matt. I have to have a coupon code. What should, let's see, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna pop over. No, I can do it from my cell phone. I can do it from here. I'm gonna give you guys a coupon code. so that it'll only be good till tomorrow, and it's just for you guys watching. Correct. Oh, Ken, you said, oh, Joe, this SS20. The kit comes with SS20 hot fix and non-hot fix and some smaller filler crystals. And Ken, do you have a video, paid or free, showing how to do? I don't have a video of how to do the pops, the Funko pops. That one, it was for one project for one customer. So we didn't video anything. But I will put that on the list because we now have to do a lot of videos. It's my goal to do a ton of videos for you guys. And give me one moment. I'm going to create a coupon for you guys. Let's see. One moment. Let me get logged in. Here's my... Okay. The coupon, and I'll type it in once we're done. I'll add the links. I'll probably have to add a few more links of the other supplies that I'm about to show you guys, and I'll do that tonight after we're done. Okay, coupon code. Create a coupon code. Let's do it. What is the difference between this glue and but E6000 and this glue? This glue is non-toxic. This glue is completely safe for you to be around, for your children to be around, and it won't continue leaching a smell many months and years afterwards. The E6000 we've stopped using in our studio permanently. It has the warnings are right on the label, so we have discontinued that glue for any projects, any situations. We now are with, pardon me, mostly all super type products because they are zero cancer and zero toxins. So it's completely safe to use all of their glues, and that's just the route that I'm choosing because I'm tired of worrying about illness. So this multi-grab is completely non-toxic, safe to use. You can see that even on the symbols on the back, all of the clearance, the different awards that they have for being non-toxic. It is flammable because it does have some solvents in it, but nothing compared to what the other glue is. And for leather, that's going to be the Ninja Superflex, and I'll be using that if this video can go on. I will be getting to some leather within the same video. Probably in about 30 minutes after we do the next pair, I will work on some leather. Yeah. Let's see. When ordering a kit, can you request a black? You know what? Yes. Actually, we're kind of out of stock of the bamboo ones right now, so you're going to get that black one. And that's our new model. And you will love it. It's the same exact tool, but just with a plastic barrel and not a bamboo. And oh, someone has also asked the epoxy glue that you have to mix. So there's lots of differences. Epoxies, two-part epoxies are different than two-part instant glues. So they all have their differences, and because all items need different glues. So I'll go over the benefits of the Ninja Flex, the Super Flex, in just a moment. Yes, it can make you really, really sick. Yes, and then, correct, I do like to use the CG500 two-part when I do license plates or anything exterior, and for cars, anything exterior, you want to make sure your glue is top-notch. Let's make the code YouTube. Let's do YouTube 25. And I'm going to tell you why. YouTube 25 is going to be your coupon. And you're going to get 25% off each item. And Now I have to touch all the categories. Hang on one second. Give me just a moment because I have to touch, go back, all these categories. And that's even all of the crystals that we have listed. We have tons of awesome shapes. But they really make you work to make these coupons work. I've got to go into every single category and touch every single button of every listing that we have. Okay, so that's 25% off the whole site. Anything that's tangible. The classes do not get a discount. Sorry about that. But everything else in the whole site, clearance, I don't think there's anything actually listed in the clearance, but a lot of our things already have a red dot on them. And you'll get a further discount on top of that. So 25% off site-wide, only for the YouTubers tonight, and it's going to expire, oops. Oh wait, that's not the right one. I appreciate your patience because having to run a live and do a project and create a coupon is a lot to think about. I really do respect anyone that does this. Okay, so it is going to end tomorrow. Okay, so that the coupon should be active. Of course, I can't test it out right now because I want to show you guys some more gluing. Yes, Daniel, all of the glues I'll be showing are going to be on the website. The multi-grab comes in the shoe kit or by itself, so you can buy it separately. It's going to be in the adhesive section. And so we've got this shoe. I'm going to put it aside. Can I fit it just right here maybe? Because the next thing we're going to do is the same, the same thing, except we're gonna go over some paint. We're gonna show some paint stuff tonight. So when you're painting on strange items, I like to keep things simple. I will normally reach for a Sharpie first. I get a brand new set of Sharpies every couple of months because I like them to be perfect and not contaminated. Everyone here gets their own set of Sharpies because I'm a selfish 8-year-old and I want my own markers, and I don't want anyone running their yellow through my red and making it contaminated. So I wanted to show you guys when I started these, I put the Sharpie on here, and then I wanted to do a test with the glue because some glues can fade out alcohol-based inks, and that's what Sharpies are. Some people think that they're permanent. Sometimes they're not. So that was my first test that I wanted to show you guys. Oh, thank you, Ken. I appreciate that. It shows their multitasking skills. I'm still trying to learn multitasking. And then I have a paint on here, and I'm scraping that with my fingernail, and it is not coming off, guys. So that was a good test for that paint. And so now I'm going to actually put a little bit of the multi-grab onto the paint. It should be fine because it's acrylic and now it's dry. But just to make sure, I want you guys to watch and see if you see anything happen and change. And I'm actually going to smear it on here to make sure it's not coming off. Correct. So that worked out great. And on the screen it does look a bit orange, but here in the office the paint matches the red pretty darn good. And I will put a link down below of where I get my paints from and what kind they are, because I did test 4 different paints on these this rubber. So, and 2 of them didn't work. They didn't stick at all. So my next thing is to see if I can just get this off with some alcohol wipes, which I'm just going to pull this glue off if I can. It's not cured yet. It's tough to get off even when it's not cured. That was only 30-40 minutes ago. Okay, so now I have just some alcohol wipes, And let's try to get this off. See, the Sharpie comes right off for the most part. Now you don't want to rub that anywhere else on the shoe. You just make a big mess. So I like to get a clean piece and then kind of work it, wipe it outways so that you're not getting anything else on that as well. And even because the acrylic paint, it was so fresh. I don't think it was dry enough. You should always let things dry a really good amount of time. But for today, for this just little demonstration, it's not going to dry in time. But that's okay. Or actually, I can start on the other toe. Nah, I need to keep it going with this one. And we do give the alcohol wipes in your sneaker kit, and there's a reason for that, and the instructions will say why. A couple of tips and tricks with that sneaker kit. So that part of the glue, even though I just put that glue on there, it does not want to let that red come up. So that's kind of awesome the way it's helping the paint bond for some reason. I don't think that's the right terminology, but okay. So even though there's a little bit more on here, it is not going to matter because I'm about to paint all of this anyway. So you'd be surprised how much stuff that I don't bother wiping because it's going to get painted anyway. My trash can is not where I can reach it. Okay. So with this paint, give it a good shake. And again, I'll put a link down below after we're done here. Let it ruin my brush. And this is just a brush from the art store, Michael's Arts and Crafts. We keep tons of brushes because we normally brush on our two-part epoxy a lot of times. So I'm never kind to my brushes. I rarely keep one brush for more than a week. We go through brushes quite a bit around here. So I'm going to just start giving that a little paint. And not gloppy paint. You want to just get a nice thin coat first. These red toe, what size are these? Am I wearing these tomorrow? An 8, maybe. If I can get my chubby little foot in these shoes, maybe I got some thin socks that can wear them. Or, I guess I'll do what Susie said and put them on the site. Why do I need 16 pairs of these shoes? You know, I make them and then I wear them and then I shouldn't do that. Right. Yeah, that laptop is still not happy with me. It's still going. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a moment. Chubby little feet, that's right. Do we have something else in common, Todd? You stop this. All right, we're going to let that dry. I'm actually going to put a tiny fan on here. Yes, my fan has a giant crystal on it. This is the fan that we travel with. I don't want to get my paint dried. And you can always use a fan wherever we go. Let's let that dry pretty good. So hit me with some questions, because now we're all watching paint dry. It's kind of my life, right? Watching the paint dry. And who got to see, let's put this down right here. Who got to see me do these last week? See if that'll focus. I did actually wear these. I wore them in Austin. And luckily no one tried to buy them off my feet because I didn't have any other shoes as backup. That has happened before. But those were super fun. Maybe I'll put them on eBay because I did wear them, but they were super fun. And that was on the leather, using the leather glue that we're going to use soon. The fan. Yes, Corey, didn't I have this fan with you guys? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did because when I do trade shows, I get hot and I have to have my fan. The whooshing, Todd, it's probably from my laptop. My fan is on, but now I have another fan on. So we've got two fans running. Yeah, my MacBook Air is not liking this streaming video stuff at all. But we're going, it's at 53 minutes now, and it's not shutting down. It's a bit warm, but I guess it is doing its cooling. So we'll see if I burn up this computer. It's a bit warm. Corey, I believe that's going to be an SS, or no, it's not an SS at all. I believe that's a 50, no, that's a 25 millimeter. Yeah, they're not SS when they're that big. They go to millimeters after, I believe, SS 48, which is, I think, almost half an inch. Okay, so I'm going to put another layer of paint. Oops, sorry. Yeah, the laptop motor is really bugging me. Oh, Corey, you're not feeling well. That's no good. Or is just the ER a cool place to hang out? Yes, Todd, it is OBS. And of course, after I spent 3 days learning OBS, I found out about Streamlabs OBS. So I'm probably going to switch to it on the next time because it even said in the reviews how it does not strain as much on your computer. So, you know, study something for 3 days and it changes, which is my life story. So that's okay. Okay. The second layer is just fine because I'm going to use the red, the light cyan, the red crystals, and to do this toe. So we do like to, I call it back painting. We like to back paint 13 millimeter stone. Oh, you know what? Let me see. I actually have a ruler. Oh, sorry. Millimeters, and that looks like, oh, no, it's 25 millimeter. So it's twice what a 13 millimeter is. Yeah, it's big. It's gonna be, that's right at 1 inch. 1 inch from edge to edge. 1 inch. Oh, beets are fun to work on. Yeah, that sounds a lot of fun. Joey, leaving gaps, it depends. As the paint dries, I'll go ahead and show you guys something. We got back. It was on display for almost 2 years now. And let's see if I can get it near the camera. It's a pretty good example of excellent work. Oh, my chair is so squeaky. All right, let me move this wet paint before we get wet paint all over. All right, so the gaps, maybe it'll focus on the gaps or the lack thereof. Let's see what's going to happen. The screen looks pretty clear. Oh, I see. The 13 millimeter is Corey's poor little kidney stone. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's pretty big, Corey. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see if the camera delay. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's clear or not, but this is a maybe it's a 3 liter I don't think it's a 1.5, but the sun has faded it quite a bit. It's been in a store window for almost 2 years down in Los Angeles, and so there's 4 different animal prints and 2 different techniques. So we definitely have the honeycomb down here in the python part, and then the giraffe behind the dark part to the giraffe doesn't look too faded, but I remember painting this, that black, completely faded out. And again, this was 2 years in a front store window that was getting tons of sunlight, and paint can fade, glue can turn yellow, tons of things happen with paint. And I mean, the crystals are fine, they're not going to fade, but whatever's in the back can totally fade. So yeah, this is a big, beautiful bottle. Even the top foil has faded from the label. This used to be red, just as red as this marker, and that faded from the sun. So you always have to pay attention to what is the customer doing with your item, and where is it going to get displayed. Even the foil here has faded off. So yeah, we always ask some pretty detailed questions when we do a quote or a bid for someone, because it does really matter. This can totally be still displayed for many years. Most people don't even catch that that used to be red, but it was. So there's gaps. You just have to know when to let it go. There's definitely some spacing. We like to use negative space as well as positive space in the spacing of the crystals, but there's definitely direction, motion with the way we lay these in. And so yeah, that's excellent work. But, you know, that's that. Alright, how's our paint doing? Is it still... it feels kind of dry. Did I miss any questions? Nope, just Corey's kidney stone. I'm not laughing. That's horrible. Oh, let's not put that bottle back there. I'm going to end up messing that up. Okay. So I hope that helped. Little illustration of something completely different than a sneaker using 200 crystals. That bottle probably has 6,000 pieces on it, so quite a different level of work and purpose. It was for display only, so I believe we used the fusion tack on that a couple years ago, and it held up just fine. Actually, part of it was two-part, the other part was the fusion tack, because it works fine. Ouch. Okay, let's check on the red. I think it feels fine. Do I want one more coat? What do you guys think? Let's be safe. Let's do one more. See, that's too thick. You know better. What are you doing? Scrape that off right there. If it's too thick, thick paint, I'd rather have 5 layers of thin paint than 1 layer of thick paint, because when you paint too thick, it will never dry properly. So that's kind of what I go by. I would rather have to paint it 5 times thin than 1 time thick, because it's not going to stay if it's 1 thick layer. If it's not prepped the proper way, it's not going to stay. Our prep process that comes in the instructions of the sneaker kit will show you everything you need to do for proper prep. It looks pretty cool in the video. It looks like it's an orange toe, but IRL, in real life, it's a pretty good match. It's weird how it's popping off like that. And so I just kind of squeeze the paint out of my brush and give it a wipe. It's fine. I'm super hard on my brushes. They gotta work hard. If I gotta work hard, they gotta work hard. Okay, and so I'm gonna do a different fill pattern. No, nope, we're gonna keep it the same as the sneaker because I could possibly make a sneaker kit. Yes, 226, that is true. Most any kind of paint. Many proper layers of thin will outwork one not proper layer of thick. That is so true. Okay, so I've got, again, hot fix. We don't do a lot of hot fix here. So when I come across it, maybe I purchased these on sale or they were left over from something that we actually did do hot fix. I use them for things like this. There's no reason why you can't glue hot fix crystals onto things, but you just cannot hot fix crystals that do not have the backing. And these are rose gold backing, that's Swarovski. Pardon me. Oh, Ken, you just kind of have to go for it. Start with like the label of the moe and then go to the ribbon and then go to the seal and then go, around the label, and you just kind of start small. You don't have to get too crazy. My paint is not quite dry and I almost started. What if I keep my desk clear? I like to always clean after every color, put things away. And this is a mix of sizes, I think 12 down to, oh, there's some 3s in here. But that's good for filler stones. Yes, I definitely did a car. Thank you, Joe, for remembering. Okay, so that's good. And it's dry. These are just for show or for demo anyway, so I'm not wasting any more of you guys' time. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. How's the resolution? And can you guys still hear that fan? Is it completely irritating? Because I won't be doing the laptop again. It's not happening. It's not happening. Because I have to have it close to be able to read the comments. Because then my iPad is dead. Maybe okay, maybe that'll help next time. I could push away the laptop. Oh, thank you, Vicky. I appreciate that. Yeah. But hey, 12 out of 16, that's pretty awesome because I'm probably watching on 3 computers anyway. Okay, let's just put a little bit through here. And remember, we did already check that the glue is not going to discolor the paint any. We already did a check of that. Let's hope it stays true throughout the video because I've been many minutes into a project and then the glue starts to discolor something. So, not to say it wouldn't happen. Or I was trying to show someone how it does discolor and then it didn't. So, there you go. Oh yeah, these are pretty. Give it a little push. Always press the crystals down nice and flat so that they're all nice and level, because when you look at the facets, they need to all be on the same plane, or you'll see it and it'll look a bit wonky. So that's sometimes if something looks a little, well, wonky, that's why. It's because the crystals are not laid down on the plane, P-L-A-N-E, the plane, like mathematical plane. They're not laid down flat, and then therefore they look not straight, or they look lifted because they are lifted. So always give a nice even press to everything that you glue down to make sure that it's going to visually stand up to eyeballs like mine. Oh, Joe, hummers are fun to do. Start with the little emblems, then if it's like an H3, do that little emblem. Start small with the little emblems and pieces and parts. And I did just the logos and the lettering on a 43-foot long limo, Hummer limo in Florida a couple years ago. So you never know. You do the wheels. Wheels are fun to do. And they're a lot more durable than people give them credit for. It goes through car washes, the glue, the two-part epoxy, the CG500. It will go through a car wash just fine. I've had my wheels done for over, well, she'll be 11 years old, my truck. And we go through any car wash. She's just on backup right now, but that's the work truck. And those wheels are fantastic. Alright, so I'm going to do the same fill pattern, just so that it looks just like the shoe kit. Oh, Becky, sorry, it's out of shot. I have the Multi-Grab 360. It's the same glue that you'll get when you get our shoe kit. That comes with the clear crystals, not with these red ones. But I thought I would show a paint process tonight. And that's what you're seeing. Just another step in a different way of doing what we do. And be sure to hit me with your questions, because this is no big deal for me to review anything, or if you missed something from the beginning, I can easily let you know. You know, give it a good press. And if you dip your tool, this end or this end in the glue, always wipe that off. I have a habit of wiping it on my mat here. Always wipe your tools off if you get glue on them or paint or anything, because you will contaminate the next couple of pieces, and that's just no good. Okay, so I'll do that same fill pattern. It's going to be like a loose honeycomb, because our spacing is a loose. So it'll be a loose honeycomb up here, but like a loose contour down here, because honeycomb isn't going to happen very well on the contour without tapering skills and navigation, and that's going to be a different class, guys. It's going to be a different night, a different live. Oops, and I just put my finger in this one and moved it. Yeah, don't put your finger in the glue. All right, let's get a little bit closer, not too much. These are super fun. Yeah, that fan is still going. Still going. All right, let's add some more glue. Again, it should take about maybe 10 to 15 minutes to do a pair of these. So you should, after you practice a little bit, you should be getting really quick at doing these toes. You know what? It looks real blurry on my computer, so I think it's just the way it's coming to you guys. But I don't think my picture ever got clear using this app, and even though I learned a lot about it in the past 3 days that I've been studying it, probably going to use a different one on our next time. And because it's not as straining on the computer from what the article says. So now I'm going to put a tiny one in this little gap, just because it will keep the same spacing, not too crowded, not too loose. And oh, wipe that tip off. Always keep that nice and clean. And we go all the way around with this one. Again, a little goes a long way, but we're just going to get through this faster so that you guys aren't here all night long. Just a real loose honeycomb. Yeah, I figured the laptop would stop by now, but it's been on the whole time. You know, I do it both ways. I can do single dots when it's necessary. It does take a lot longer. You have to really think about where you're going before you go there. But for something like this, it's just going to get the couple of lines, and certainly you can see the lines of glue when the shoe is this close to your face. But normally this is going to be, 5 feet away. So now if we have some customers that pay a higher dollar, then sure, I'll give them a better glue process, something a little bit cleaner, but this is the less expensive option. So there's a way you can save a lot of time is by choosing different options for your customers, and they may or may not want the lesser expensive option. Sometimes they want the best, and then so we're gonna give it to them. Little guy there. Whoops, dropped one somewhere along the way. And I would normally want to do a sprinkle fill on these, but just to be consistent with the shoe kit that we just showed, that's why I'm doing this fill pattern. And maybe on the other pair I'll do a sprinkle fill just to show a difference, because you can do that for your customers too. You can do sample pieces. Now see, this one ended up being pretty much perfect. There's no weird stripe or weirdness in that center part from doing the outline method, this outline process. Okay, and that's it. There's a red one. The screen is completely blurry for me. I hope it's not horrible for you guys. But here we go. So we've done a clear and a red. What size are these? Oh, these are 10, size 10s. Yeah, these are going to go on the website. So, and then you can use your coupon. So we'll add those. So we have a red pair and a clear pair. And let's move this since it's dead and I can't see comments anyway. Oh, ouch. And my Archon mount is holding that. Okay, so next, now that we've done the red and the clear, and let's see, we have some questions. Renee, Becky, if you click on the year, you can change the definition. Oh, cool. Yeah, for sure. If it's coming in super low, you can try to make it higher. Hopefully it is clear for some of you guys. But I'm not so happy with the audio with that fan going. It's pretty irritating. So Sunshine, our prices wouldn't necessarily be what your prices are. We normally sell a pair with the two toes for $125. So, and that does not include the shoe cost. Some people like to send the no-name brand, and some people like to send the real deal. So it just depends on the customer. But our price for those toes, that pair, is $125. And my next live is going to be going over 5 different pairs of Nike shoes using all different glues. So there's not one glue for shows. Let's see. Would you ever do a different color on the toe than the shoe? Like black? Oh, sure. Oh, no, Corey, it would not look dumb. The having it back painted just helps the crystal look more saturated or more complete, I guess is the word. But for sure, I've done black heels with clear crystals, and it looks just as beautiful. So it does not have to be a match. I mean, it can really stand out. I mean, you can do a white toe with the red stones. It can totally be, it's whatever you guys want. And Joe, no, I'm not from Bradenton. I'm here in San Diego. I am nowhere near the rhinestone world, which is probably a good thing because, well, I would want to work for them. Like, I would probably, you know, it would be a whole different story. Okay, so on these, was I going to do the red toe as well? I thought I was gonna. Oh, true, because I'm going to show you a different glue because some glues work fine with different surfaces. So we're going to push this out of the way, or can I put it over here? Because what I'm going to do, now we're going to paint again. So if anybody wants to go get dinner, get a drink, this paint is going to take a moment, so just give me a second. And I have already prepped it. Oh, let's shake this up again. Renee, oh, you know what? Certainly. And G Pink, you're so welcome. I'm happy that I can do this, and I hope it's not too fuzzy for everybody. It's my first time trying with this app going live. And you know what, Renee? I will do a scatter fill on this one for sure, and we'll show a different way. But actually, let me alcohol that off one more time. So I look to have some residue on here. Ow, fingers. So yeah, I'll do a sprinkle fill on this toe. And then I'm going to go around as well. And I'm going to use a different glue. Just because it works fantastic. So these shoes were with the multi-grab glue and the syringe. I don't know if I can even show that, but here, it'll show up maybe if I put it there. All right, let me wipe this off. Yeah, I can hear my neighbor's phone ringing in the other room, in the other warehouse. It's so loud. It must be so loud. Correct. We are going to use the Superflex on this next section. So give me just a moment. So we're going, it's 6:20 now, and we're still going. So that's awesome, guys. Fun stuff. So this is a good thing to show. Even though, well, one is obviously a real Converse and the other is not. And I don't normally like working on non-authentic or things that are copies of the original. But it is possible that, well, that's a whole different class when we talk about copyrights and things and trademarks and patents and stuff. So let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at the first 2 pair were from Target, and if Target was doing anything unlawful, I'm certain Converse would have stopped them by now. So I don't normally like to choose items that have possibly been copied or knocked off, because one thing I can tell you right now is this rubber is different than this rubber. You can already tell a difference in the way the paint is getting on here. You can tell in the way it feels. It seems more high quality, if that's the right word that I should use. So when someone says, "Oh, always use this glue for any of the sneakers," that's not really true because it may not work. So that's when we always we test things and we make sure that they work, even from brand to brand. Let's see, basic acrylic paint. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Well, it's outdoor level, so I'll have a link below up to what the paint is and where I got it. But we're going to do a few coats. This is just the first coat, and I guess I'll turn the fan on. Since we have the laptop fan is making so much noise, we'll just give this a little quick dry. But doing anything painting professionally, you want to let this paint always dry properly every single layer. And I'm talking a couple of hours between every single layer. So I would normally do one set of toes. It would take all day to do a proper paint process. You are so welcome. Yeah, I'll have a link down below to everything that I use. If I have something else that pops in that's not a normal process. All right, that's fine for now. Fine for now is good for demonstrations, right? Okay, I like just using my cap. Yeah, the second layer went on much nicer than the other shoe, but that's okay. And don't be afraid to ask any questions. I am here. I like to do nice thin coats. All right, looks fine for now. And I'm gonna let that dry for a moment and do a third coat just because I can tell it needs it. How about if I get some caffeine? How's the sound and resolution besides the humming of these two fans? Oh, Corey, my next travel is actually local. We're doing a local cake show. So I will be just up the street in Del Mar. And yeah, so not too bad. So I'm going to pull up the Superflex. Let's see if I can get this to work. There we go. So now the screen should change once it syncs with that, maybe, or not. Not sure when it syncs over. Oh, here it comes. Maybe it's about to. I'm trying to change my computer screen to show. Okay, here it goes. So there is quite a bit of delay. That's okay because I'm still painting. But I'm putting the Superflex onto the screen so that you guys can see what's next. There, I tried to zoom in on it. Maybe it's good enough. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, let's move this down. Oh, because you can't really see that. Well, there. Maybe that'll help. Try not to knock this lap. I've tried to put a fan or have the fan breathe on the laptop, so. Okay. Hi Ken, when doing items like a phone case that has one color crystal and an initial and another color, how do you put, Ken, you can totally, we would use a decal and then trace and then paint that decal. I'm not a fan. We do sometimes just leave the decal on it if it's for a gift or something. But to be the most durable, I don't leave a decal on something and then paint or glue on top of that, because decals have a tendency to repel the glue. So that's why I didn't do a wrap on the cars, and I will not work on wraps for cars because the glues will not penetrate that vinyl. But you can totally cut a sticker, an initial, out of vinyl and glue on top of that. It does look much nicer when you have, again, that back paint or that back decal color or sticker. But we would normally cut that decal, then draw it, prime, paint, seal, and then do the gluing on top. So ours is quite a bit different process than a lot of other people that do this. So it's a longer lasting and a higher quality end result than, nothing wrong with just doing a decal, but that's what it is. It's just a decal. So, and I can definitely show that most glues will fail once they're glued onto a decal. So that's no good. But and especially if it's just an initial by itself, it's extremely fragile. So, Oh, your triage nurse. Oh. Yep, now you can do all the nurses. You should have brought you a little kit and you can work on it while you're waiting for your medicine to work. I'm the worst. I would totally have a work box with me in the hospital. Okay, this is the last layer of paint we're going to do. And then I'm going to do the sprinkle fill on here using the Superflex for leather and rubber. And it does also work on other items. I think a lot of times we forget to read the label. Oh, I cannot reach it. Because on the label, actually, it's got Spanish and English, which is awesome. Rubber, metal, crystal, plastics, leather, wood, and more. So many glues list the items that they're suggested for, but we were able to have this formula tweaked for us to definitely work better with leather and the rubber. So this is your, again, more advanced version of the sneakers. So the multi-grab will work. It is just fine. We would, when we sell our stuff for professional level, we would use the Superflex. So yeah, you always want to price the glue and the quality with the level of your pricing. So a less expensive version would be the multi-grab, and there's nothing wrong with that. It completely works fine. But for a higher end result and quality is going to be your Superflex. Okay, that is dry enough. Now, no more fans like this. Now, boy, I wish I didn't have that fan on it. If you guys know me, I can't stand little noises, especially when I'm the one making the noise. Okay, oh, I don't need that. So in your box comes the barrel filled with the glue, the plunger, and you get 3 tips. Now, to do 3 tips, the glue is going to mix in these tips and cure in the tip. So you have to work pretty fast. You have to know what next step you're taking. You have to be prepared. And so I'm going to put my napkin right here because I'm going to need to expel that glue so that I don't waste a tip. Oh yeah, for sure, Ken. I'm the same. if I'm going anywhere, especially traveling, I will have a full workbox with me wherever I go, because if I get stuck in an airport or flights that don't leave or something, then I can always work. Okay, I don't normally put 30s on a shoe. Well, not normally, but sometimes. But I am going to put just a little sprinkle here of those. And let's go ahead and use the hot fix since we don't do a ton of hot fix here. Let's put some here. And yes, I'm just mixing them. And let's see. So these are 16s. I don't have such a big amount. Oh, because we just did a huge project with a lot of red. These are 16s. Oh, is Matt live? Oh, dang it. Now I gotta watch his replay. I didn't want to be live when he was live. Doggone it. I tried. So I'm gonna put a sprinkle of 12s in here. Just a pinch. Pinch of everything is what usually works pretty well. Yeah, I'll definitely do a rewatch. Tell him I said hi. I'm so sorry. I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing out now. Okay, so we got 30, 20, 16, 12, and some 7s. Some 7s in there. And they're all mixed up. When I have a giant pile of mixed crystals, I put them all in kind of a line, and to get random, I just pick whatever is next here. Whatever is next here. But for something so small, I'm probably going to just sift through this to find the size that I want, and I don't have a pattern. I wish I did. It is by eyeball and from just practicing, so I wish there was a formula that I could tell you that I'm about to do, but there's not, and I'm going to have to work rather quickly. I'll glance up soon, because once I start this glue, I'm going to try to not waste as many tips, because they are a little bit higher cost than even these tips, because they do a lot more. Corey, so only Superflex for the rubber toes, or is there another glue that is okay to use that works? Corey, the multi-grab totally works fine. Totally works fine. And it's in the shoe kit, the sneaker kit that we sell comes with a whole tube of the multi-grab. So it totally works fine. And it does even show on the multi-grab, it says, let's see, on this one, it does say metal, glass, ceramic, stone, plastics, flexible and rigid, textiles, wood, paper, crystals, and select foam building blocks and craft foams. Liquid, cured, expanded polystyrene for foam blocks, styrofoam blocks, brand blocks, etc. So it doesn't necessarily say rubber on here, but I've tested it and it works fine on the toes of the shoes. So it works fine. And you can even use it for the fabric part. So, and the other reason is because it shows the shoe, that heel of that shoe, it's going to be rubber. So even the little graphics will show you what they are. Okay, so I'm going to start on the toe here. And wow, I have 25 people watching. I really appreciate you guys. Oh, let me answer a few more questions. Matt, yeah, but I learn from him every time with Matt. What is the best on-the-go organizer? Can you recommend any? Not really. I have so many bags because so many projects are different sizes that I wouldn't be able to fit one kit in. But I pretty much keep everything in when I have crystals. One of our work trays that we're out of stock right now, but I have these photo boxes that I will keep all of my crystals in. Sometimes it will fit the glue and it fits the tool, and I work directly out of this. Like even on the airplane, I'll work directly out of this. So that's one of the ways that I do it, but I've been known to have a larger kind of a kit, depending on how much work we have to do. Like sometimes I don't get a break and I have to bring it to hotels and stuff. Yes. Oh, of course. No worries, Corey. Yeah, for sure. Oh, is everyone's screen frozen? I hope not. Because I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna start this shoe. I'm gonna keep you guys all night. See, I'm so nervous. I'm missing Matt's class or missing his live. I want to learn something, but I guess I can watch it later. Oh well. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze the plunger, and there's probably only, well, there's a label. Yeah, my glue is down to here, so I only have that much left. So I may not get too much out of this barrel, but I have another one on backup, and the glue is way up here. So we have plenty. Oh, and I have a few thousand in the warehouse. So yeah, glue is not something I'm gonna run out of. Not anymore. All right, so I'm gonna give it a press. Once you start pressing the plunger down here, then the glue is gonna start mixing in this tip. It's halfway, so I'll follow it. So it's down here, and then it's gonna come out. So what I like to do is squirt out like a 1/2 inch a few times, and that really gets the mix going, and then you can start. So I'm going to do the same technique using the line, just so it doesn't take all night long. And if you have any ooze out, it's totally fine. Again, these are for your feet. They're going to be at least 5 feet away from your eyeballs. And plus it's for demo purposes. So I'm going to try to go as fast as I can because this glue is curing not only on the shoe, but it's curing in this tip. So you want to keep on working. And I definitely start with some kind of an outline, even on a sprinkle fill. But I push all of my crystals to that outline. I don't follow the middle of the stones. I push them all the way to that edge, no matter what size they are, all the way up. So I don't want to put that many 30s in a row. But that's totally fine. And I don't like putting a 30 in a joint. I don't like doing it. It could put some extra strain on the crystal itself, or it can, bend and hit and pop another one off. So there's that. So I'm gonna, before I come back onto the shoe, I'm gonna squirt out another couple of small lines just to make sure that the glue that was curing in the syringe tip is not going to get stuck in the syringe tip and not come out onto the shoe. So I'll do a smaller line here, only halfway. And put that down and continue this way. Even some tiny ones are fine. Now that is a lot of glue for those tiny ones, so I'm going to go bigger. I'll put too much there because I'm trying to work for the camera and I couldn't see, but that's okay. Again, these are for demonstration purposes. It goes on clear and it dries clear, or it cures clear. This glue doesn't dry, it cures. It's a 2-part instant. All right, a little more here, not go so thick. All the way to this edge. Oops. So I'll be doing, on my next chance to do live, maybe I can do it this weekend because it'll be quite long. I'm going to do 5 different Nike shoes. Sunshine, on these glue tips, there's no cleaning them. I've read about how some people can soak them in acetone, but then I would be confused on how to get the glue out because you have to push something through them. And so yeah, these tips are not reusable, but we have plenty of them on the site. And so I'm going to add some there. And again, you guys have the coupon YouTube25. If somebody would type that in for me, please. Or I'll have it when we end the live. I'll put it in the description below. But then the whole website will be 25% off just for you guys, just for tonight and for tomorrow. And I really appreciate you coming and watching my live. So I'll do more of these, a lot more of these actually. That's the goal. I want to be like Matt. I sent him a hashtag today. Hashtag, I want to be like Matt. All right, so now see, oh, is my tip gone? No, I can get some out. It does not like me at all. Let me get one more. Let me get one more little area. It's not happy with me. I didn't expel enough. And I'm squiggling it on. I shouldn't be doing that, but I am. Just so we can get this going. A tiny one. All right. How many of you guys have done shoes like this before? And did you enjoy them? Oh, thanks for typing that. Yes, thank you, thank you. Yeah, this dries pretty quick. I don't know, I missed Matt's live. Or he's live right now, I don't know. I missed it. Okay, so I'm going to change a tip. I chatted too long on that last bit and it cured inside there, so let me change a tip. Oh, come on. It'll only go on one way. There's a big side and a little side. And again, I'm going to squirt some out onto my napkin just to get that mix going. And then I'm going to just add some in here. Now I do it, sometimes I do a squiggle method. It kind of helps when you're doing multi-sizes, but you should do the one dot per one stone. You'll have a much better outcome, but I'm really just trying to get this done for you guys. So I'm not holding you up so you don't miss anything. We should be done here fairly quickly. And then I'll let you guys go have a wonderful weekend. Or, no, wait. It's just Thursday. I don't even know what day it is. That's what happens when you work every day. You never know what day it is. But that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to squirt out some more to make sure that that cured glue is not sitting there in the toe, or I'm sorry, in the tip waiting to stop up my tip. Yeah, I put way too much on that first ring there, down here. Too much. But that's okay. Oh, good, Jen. I'm excited. Cassandra, it's going live. I've done it on Instagram quite a bit, but it's my goal to do more of it through YouTube because it has a broader audience that it can reach in the end. And Instagram Live only stays up, for the 24 hours, and then it's gone. So at least having it on YouTube, it's more permanent, and then you can watch it many, many moons, if not years, down the road. So that's the goal, is to start pushing everything towards YouTube, because I want to be like Matt. Matt at the Rhinestone World. Check out that channel. If you guys don't already follow him, which I'm pretty sure everybody does, check him out. Oh, see, I didn't squirt out my glue on this one. I messed that up. There we go. I forget, that was too much again. When you work for the camera, you can't see. I'm trying to put my head in the shot. I'm trying not to move off the white work mat so that you guys miss something. So when you're at your normal desk, it's much, much better. Okay, how about a tiny guy? And a tiny guy. And then this will be, how many different sizes do you recommend? It depends a lot on the budget of your client. I enjoy a sprinkle fill with SS34 on down to 5s, but that can be quite expensive. So I try to keep it sometimes just 3 sizes. It just really does depend on your budget of your client. And that does take some practice, trying out different fill patterns and different formulas of those fill patterns. So I wish I had an easy answer for you, but I don't. I wish I did. Alrighty. And then, oh, you know what else? Since someone asked to do the Funko Pop as a class or as a tutorial, if you guys wouldn't mind, if you want to see anything, leave it in the comments below, and then we'll pull from that to get our next ideas and stuff for the tutorials. So not in the chat, but in the actual comments. Oh, we're almost done. Almost done. Now tomorrow I might go all the way around with just tiny SS7s, but I don't know. It depends on, I don't think I have time. I don't think I'm going to be allowed to do that tomorrow, but we'll see. Okay, and how about a tiny guy right there? All right, we're done. Tool down. So I did end up using 2 tips, which I should not have, but there's the difference. Oh, let's put the red toe up against the red toe. There, you guys can see that. Jen, I don't have any off-site classes planned anytime soon. If we go to a trade show called Premiere in Orlando, I believe it's in June, it's possible we may have a class, but there's no guarantees. I'm not sure if we can go. We have other production projects that we have to schedule, and then we'll figure it out if we can or not. But we'll always post on the website, on social media, Facebook, Instagram, everything. We'll always make sure you know about a class at least a week ahead of time. Let's see. You recommend another glue other than Super Tight with no odor. Super Tight smells like acetone. Which one are you using? Which glue? Because there's many different names or different kinds. Super Tight is the main name brand, but they have many, many kinds. And I can recommend lots of glues, but what are you gluing onto? 247 resale. Let me know what you're gluing onto, and I can do my best to recommend something. You're so welcome. Hi, Toy. Good to see you. The one in the green tube. Oh, so this one. Oh, it does have a smell. To suggest another one like this, there's a worse glue that we don't use anymore, and it smells even worse, and it's highly dangerous, so we don't use it or recommend it. I don't have any other than this. It would be the well, you're wanting the flexibility that this comes with, so how about type that in the comments below, and then I'm going to get with Super Tight and have him let us know what else we can recommend that's comparable to this. But this is one of the best glues I've ever used. So yeah, I mean, you know, you can try a fan on your space. You get lots of little desk fans, like even this guy that I have here, or smaller. But yeah, most glues are going to have a smell. The good ones, you know, but actually that's even the fabric tack and the fusion tack have a slight smell, but nowhere different. But they're just completely different glues for different processes or different materials. Keisha, online classes for full techniques. That'll be as we do the lives. I will pre-record or possibly have the more advanced classes in, it would be in a Facebook, or it's possibly I can do a private. Let me test. I need to figure out if I can do a private listing in YouTube for the class, and that way we can interact and have the chat going and everything like that. So it's possible. Rhinestone on hats, baseball caps. Well, Darnell, the best bond for fabrics and textiles is going to be hot fix crystals, the kind you iron on. If you cannot iron them on, then I would use the multi-grab. If not this one, then the fusion tack we have on the website in our precision glue bottle. So fusion tack, multi-grab, and again, this is also the same as the fabric tack. It's just in our little glue bottle. But caps are super easy to work on if you want to glue on to the embroidery. That's always very nice to glue on to using that fabric tack, the white glue. It dries clear. Yeah, the red is so fun. And yes, anything smells better than the E, for sure. Okay, you guys, I'm going right at 2 hours, and I will go watch part of my replay to check the resolution and the sound to make this better for next time. And I'll also put the links of the paint that we used and anything else I may have that I didn't post. I'll put that in the links below, and be sure to comment down below on what other tutorials that you guys want to see, and try to be specific so that I can really narrow it down for everybody. And that's it. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate everyone that came to watch. And hey, look at that. 21 people watching, and I have 21 likes, so that's pretty awesome. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, Renee in the glue bottle it's on our site. It's the precision glue bottle. It has the fusion tack in it, which is also the same as the fabric tack. So once you go to the site, oh, actually, well, that's why I have this app up. Let me change the screen to be this guy. Can't I just do that? Yes, I can. And then I can take this. I'm going to show you where to find it. And be sure to use the code YouTube25, because the whole site is 25% off just for you guys. So down here in the adhesive section, I have a feeling it's going to be lower on the, so here's the larger bottle of the fusion tack, and here's the fabric tack. They are the same formula, just a larger quantity. And we're going to have here's the bottle, precision glue bottle filled with the fusion tack. So, and you'll get 25% off of that, because the whole site is 25% off with that code YouTube25, and that's only for you guys, and that's only going to be till tomorrow. And what else? I think that was it. Let me know what other questions. Oh, here we go. Oh, for sure, yeah. I'm gonna try to do like Matt as well, that has multiple camera angles. That's my next step. I bought one webcam today, so I'm gonna try to do, well, if I'm not using the laptop, I can't use the webcam. So I have other cameras. So it's a challenge. Let's see, a 2006 Beetle, and wanted to crystallize the VW emblems on the front and the back exterior. Correct, we have the CG500. So that's going to be right here on that that first one, actually, that you see with the kit. It comes, where's my window? Let's see. Oh, it's back here. Sorry, I have so many windows. So this one right here, the 2-part epoxy kit, that is what we use on cars or exterior projects. And if I'm not mistaken, if you click on product videos down here, on YouTube, I have I think it's a 35-minute kind of process class that's right there ready to go. So you can watch that and see exactly how we do all of our items on cars. That's how I did the Porsche. That's how I did the Mini Cooper, anything like that. So that's going to be your 2-part epoxy from Swarovski. It's called CG500. You're so welcome. You guys are so welcome. This has been a pleasure. I'm able to read the comments and take time to answer them. But for sure, let me know down in the comments below what you'd like to see next. Okay, I'm gonna sign off now, and try to figure out how to do this better for next time. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.